the next morning I fly to Vietnam.
You're not sure whether you're going to stay in a foreign country forever. Everywhere you go, you got rejected saying that you don't have Kiwi experience.
Things happen.
Never look back.
He's quite not comfortable at the beginning.
She says it's the most memorable trip of our life.
There will be boyfriend and girlfriend.
You need to take care of her for the entire life and all those events.
During the wedding, you can't drink, you can't have meat.
What to do with the wedding now? I came here in Feb 2008 to study international hospitality with IUT.
Around like 17 years old, my mom already sent me to Netherlands. Yes, her first priority for me to study English. I said, yeah, that's fine. Study English in a Dutch-speaking country, lovely. So basically, I explore there like 17. No mom and dad, you have a little bit of money on the pocket. After that, a year, my sister, she got a scholarship to go to New Zealand to study her high school. So I say that, okay, I will follow my sister to go to Auckland.
Absolutely, it was a hard first few months, because everywhere you go with your CV, you got rejected saying that you don't have Kiwi experience. Even as a porter's job, after doing 3 years of hospitality graduation in India, getting a porter's job was turned down, saying that you don't have Kiwi experience. Apparently, I got my first break with Sky City, where I started working as a casual waiter in Fortuna. And from there onwards, the journey started, never looked back. And I moved up from casual waiter to duty manager in Sky City. And after that, I moved out of Sky City to get my residency. So that was like initial few years with New Zealand.
So from New Plymouth, I study in PIMS in New Plymouth. It's quite famous. I think that most of the Indian community will know what is PIMS. When I graduate, I decided to go to Auckland because that is where my sister stays. And then I found a job in Sky City Observatory, so that is where I met Rohan.
So I met Joyce in 2009 when we both were working as a casual waiter. She was studying at that time, whereas I had completed my studies.
When I see Rohan at first, that is a good-looking guy. He's a bartender, so that is nice. I can have a nice cocktail. We met, we are friends, we are good drinking friends, and then things happen. My mom came to New Zealand for my sister's high school graduation, so that is the time that she met Rohan, and then she liked him at first. And then she said that, I see that this is a really good guy. Have you any second thought about the relationship or things like that? So actually my mom who is the initiator to set the fire on me, like to make me to have a second thought. To be honest, like I haven't think that far, like when I say that I'm the one who proposed him, that like shall we be boyfriend and girlfriend? So I'm the one. So and then after that, the next morning I fly to Vietnam, so there was some time for him to think about the past, the relationship, about us.
Initial days, you're not sure whether you're going to stay in a foreign country forever. You always have the thought that you will have to go back one day, things may change. So as long as the other person and myself, like we are ready to accept those changes in our lives, if needs to be, that if I have to go back to Vietnam and have to start fresh, if she have to go to India, she needs to start fresh there. So we both used to ask these questions to each other, and like till the time we didn't get a satisfactory answer, we were not 100% sure.
So and then after that, I remember Rohan went to India as well. So he asked me that like I will need to talk to mom and dad seriously.
Mom was kind of okay, because mom's few friends had married international, their marriages were done into international society, so they were kind of okay. She had seen few of them, but dad was a little bit worried as in how things will work out in the home. When she come here, will she be able to adjust with us? Will we be able to adjust with her?
With that, like he see me as his daughter at first, but he not quite open up. So it's his Rohan brother that like who pushed me to talk to dad. You need to talk to dad. He and there, if he don't understand, you need to questioning him again. So like that is when I become like really friendly of dad. That is part of like Rohan brothers who helped me, like who pushed me to talk to dad.
So our wedding cards and our wedding venue was decided, deposits were paid, the wedding invitations were sent out, and then just I think a couple of weeks before our wedding day, Joyce's mom suffered a stroke. Now everyone was worried, I was worried as well, because like that's not the right time for anyone to get married, because that's like two opposite incidents in your life. I was kind of in a limbo, what's going to happen. Mom didn't force me to come to a conclusion straight away, but I left it to the Almighty, like whatever is the right things will happen. So after a few days, when I phoned Joyce to ask how's mom, how's she doing, and what's happening, and slowly we started recommunicating again, and I asked her like, so what to do with the wedding now? Are you like, have you spoken to anyone in the family? Would you be keen to go ahead on the same day? And she came back after a couple of days saying that, yep, that's fine, we'll go ahead as per plan. Apparently she spoke to mom as well, and mom said that, look, I won't be able to come, but if you can, if uncle and your sister want to join you, that's absolutely okay. But obviously there was no one to take care of her, so no one from her family joined. So Joyce came to India on 16th of August, and our wedding was on the 19th.
I feel it at the marriage day a little bit like missing someone, but actually like Rohan mom, she have a really good friend. The coincidence is they all have the same birthday, 17th of March. My mom-in-law and that lady who acting as my mom in the marriage days, they all have the same birthday, 17th of March.
She and her family volunteered, saying that, okay, we'll do the Kanyadan and we'll stand up as her family in your wedding. So they both stood. Then they also have similar situation like us. There are two boys in the house, so they both stood as her brothers. Her mama, mami, her kaka, kaki, and pretty much like there were 13 or 15 people from her side who basically came and they did the Kanyadan for her.
My first like surprise about a wedding is like during the wedding you can't drink, you can't have meat. I say, oh, so how can people have fun then? Because like for us, like wedding is about like eating, drinking, and things like that. Bride and groom can get drunk as well, and then after that we have the second party. But like go back to the Marathi traditional wedding, I feel that it's really cultural spirit wedding. Like you have the god there, so when there's a god present around, like you can't drink, you can't eat meat. I say, okay. And yeah, as I say before, that like during my wedding time, like 95% I don't understand anything. People ask me to walk around, I walk around. People ask me to sit down, I sit down.
They did every single thing from like pulling your ear, I think kanpe se jo hota hai ki, like you need to take care of her for the entire life and all those events, and every single ritual which we do in the wedding was done from their side and our side. So mom was happy. Even they were so affectionate and considerate towards her that they basically would break it down, every single thing, like whatever they're doing, why they're doing it, and what is the importance of that, and every single step was explained to her.
Some of the important things that like you need to work around the fire for 7 times, that is like it's quite meaningful, which is like you doesn't have that back home in the Vietnamese marriage, so which is quite nice.
And even the priest that we got a priest who would basically can translate, like once he does his prayers, he would then translate to English and explain it to her. So she was kind of understanding what exactly is happening and why we're doing it. Everything was fine, and when our wedding happened and we were doing our family shoot, family photographs, my dad's mom, my grandma, called dad, and she said to him that this is the right daughter-in-law for you, because I could see your wife in her. So, and that basically came with a lot of observation, a lot of experience, and the words coming from her mouth was absolutely amazing. And I could see that there was a tear in dad's eye, and we had captured that photograph in our wedding shoot as well.
I see him as my dad as well, especially like my dad been passed away since like really early day. So just my mom, and then like since like I have, oh wow, I have a dad. That is nice. That is really lovely that year. And then like he's a very, very good dad. Like he make me become like tea drinker as well. Yeah, because I normally for Vietnamese we don't drink tea with milk. So when he came to New Zealand during the time that Omar was born, he made tea for me in the morning. He made tea for me in the afternoon. So like after that 6-month gap, so like when I wake up in the morning when he's not with me, I say, oh, no tea, no good. And then like during the afternoon time as well, like you have tea on the set time that 4:30, you have your hot cup of tea there in front of you with a little bit of biscuit. So like you don't need to ask, there's there. So like sometimes like if he been not in around, you miss that.
Now everything is absolutely amazing. Like she would basically go and hug him, saying that my dad and this and that, which he loves about her as well. And same with mom, because mom once said to me that growing 2 boys, it's way more easier compared to raising a girl, because when we are at home we would hardly hug or kiss mom. But when she came and first day in the house, she come and she hugged mom, and mom felt a little bit weird, but mom did feel the warmth in that hug.
Like the first time when I came to his house, like the way that mom treat me, dad treat me, I feel bounded like straight away. Like you feel that there's a connection there for the family. Like you don't take your time to find that chemistry in the relationship, which is quite nice. Like it's lovely, like you found that yes, this is like you feel that you are part of the family.
And the funny part is with my mom's mom, but obviously she, no matter how much time I tell them, she don't understand Marathi or Hindi, she would still ask Joyce questions in Hindi, or she would try to crack a communication in Hindi, and I have to keep telling her that we call her Aji as like Aji. She doesn't understand Hindi or Marathi yet, but if you can like mix up your words, English and Marathi, then she can at least understand. But it was funny to watch both of them trying to crack a conversation. After we finished our wedding, we did Satyanarayana Puja the next day, and then we booked the tickets. We went to Delhi. This was Joyce's first experience on a train. So we took Shatabdi from Bombay to Delhi. Now, even that experience was amazing because, we all 5 of us were in the same compartment, and we were enjoying everything that was coming on along, as in like food, people with different cultures, people with different languages. And Joyce was super excited because she was going to visit one of her dad's dream, which was seeing Taj Mahal.
It was amazing. I think that is one of my best Indian trip ever. It's like everything is so well organized. So I see Taj Mahal. That is the one of the things that my dad want to see. So I saw that. So that is nice. And Rajasthan is so beautiful. I love it. And then if I have a chance, I will take Omar and I'll be back.
And then we went to Rajasthan. So I call it as a family honeymoon because I asked Joyce, we can't spend quality time with our parents, because we both stay overseas. So we would be by ourselves any which way. So why not spend this time to catch up and mingle and understand each other, So 7-8 days we were on the road in Rajasthan, enjoying Rajasthani food, Rajasthani folk culture, the hospitality and everything. And that till now, she says, is the most memorable trip of her life. And she would love to do it again. And I think she looked forward to India trip more than Vietnam because what she does is when we go to India, she will give a 500 rupees note to the Pani Puri wala and she would just like, this is it, put it on the tab and just basically feed me as long as, when it comes to $4.99, just let me know so I can decide whether I want to put another 500 on the tab or should I just move on to a next menu. So after our trip, when we came back, I was in India and then Joyce have to go back to Vietnam to look after mom. So that's when I decided, I'll go and visit mom as well to see how she's doing. And also it's a good way of mingling with all the other cousins and brothers that she's got in Vietnam. Vietnam is absolutely a beautiful country. I would say it's very touristic. And the city was so nice. People were absolutely amazing. I mean, there are a lot of bikes in Vietnam. That's the Vietnamese culture. You know, if you want to see the city, you need to know how to ride a bike. Joyce's mom had bought an apartment which was on the 14th or 15th floor, and there was a nice swimming pool at the bottom. So I just loved that apartment. You know, like the impression about Vietnam, the expectations were just going higher and higher from that day. So I kind of knew that, you know, like I'm gonna put on a lot of weight over here, because everything which I love is here. Right from all the tropical fruits to unlimited beer and cheap drinking and great food.
So mom know that he loves mango. So like everywhere he go, there will be 2 mango. Like otherwise, like there will be mango in the fridge at home, or if we went to the relative house to have lunch or dinner, there will be a mango there. Even when we go out for a trip, mom carry mango as well. Yeah, mom peeled the mango nicely. Mom gave it to him, and yeah, so Rohan gained a bit of weight. During that time, he complaining because I just for 2 weeks. He gained about 8 to 9 kg, and then he can lose that weight because what he eat is just mango and beer and sugarcane juice.
One day I said to Joyce, you know, like, Joyce, how about you try and make puran puli? If you make it nice, I'll get you a diamond ring.
Everyone know diamond is girl best friend. Yeah, so I want to get my best friend.
One day when I came from work, I could smell that there was fresh puran was being made in the house. She just got those puran puli for me in the plate, and I was like, oh, the moon. I was like, wow, you've nailed it. This is absolutely amazing. And it was exactly same as mom used to make, because she did take the reference from YouTube, and she consulted with mom on every small single tips. And then there was my time to honor the deal now. So I was not aware about the diamond ring. My expectations of diamond rings maybe would be around $1,000 or $1,500 max. But I absolutely had never been to a jewelry shop before. So I took her to Michael Hill, and I was like, okay, that's fine. You've done your part, now it's my part. Choose a ring. And she got a ring worth $7,500. I was like, oh, man, that is the most expensive dinner I would have ever had. What I did was, when she was pregnant with Omo, and on the 18th of August, I purchased a ring from Michael Hill. And while she was asleep, I put that ring on her finger. She was over the moon. She couldn't sleep after that. And she was like, wow, it's a big diamond and exactly the same ring that I wanted.
Yeah, so now 2023, hope that I can get the upgrade.
I don't think that raising kids is really hard at this age, because, you know, like both the kids are I mean, I would say that, you know, like by God's grace, we've got good kids. Omo is super sensitive, but he understands, you know, like when you tell him something, he knows that why dada or mama is saying that. Although they are Asian, they are brown skin, but they would be Kiwis. So we basically would provide them with every single thing that we have got from our parents, or whatever we've learned, and we would let them decide that what they want to pick up from that. My mom would call us every day. So yeah, in the evening we kind of speak every single day, because mom and dad both are retired now. So mom would call us around 4:30, 5 o'clock. She would talk to kids, and then basically, you know, like ask them like how was their day, what did they do, and whatnot. So that's how mom is always connected with her grandkids, because obviously she can't come here.
And then we make the kid to do prayer as well. After they shower around 6 o'clock, we light the candle. Rohan sit down, Omop and Auntie sit down, and then they do prayer.
There's absolutely no clash about the religion at all. We both are open. I love going to Buddhist temple. I would insist Joyce to go to Buddhist temple, you know, every month or so. And same with her, you know, she would basically do everything from Ganesh Chaturthi to Diwali or any other festival that we celebrate in India. And she loves everything about it, and exactly with me as well and our kids. when we got married and we started our journey together, I've learned so many things. Like whenever I ask her a question that, when are we going to get super rich? And Joyce would say that, like, it depends upon the definition of super rich. Richness is not only having a lot of money in the bank. It's all about having good family, your parents not having any illnesses, you're having right people or right friends when you're down, or calling someone and they would turn up to you, or they would ask you what's wrong with you. You don't sound that good. That is wealth for her.
My mom tell me that like money can be a solution. Like money will be a solution for every single thing. If like whenever like money can play their part, it will be the solution. You don't need to worry. But like maybe when it's come to the relationship, like you can't buy the real relationship with money. You need to make it. I can see my dad in Rohan. You said your dad is a role model for the guy that you should meet in the future. So I can see some of the part is my dad is similar to him. Yeah, so I think that can be one of them.
It wasn't even a case of maybe I can try.
We actually met in a bar.
She's very sweet.
He's absolutely nothing like that.
It was somewhere quite different for me.
I was emotionally isolated.
I realised how important she was.
Married or not married, it doesn't really matter.
I wanted to talk to her and spend time with her.
I definitely like to have him in my life once again.